Peace, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Chief Amarushi Ali here to give the tribe some updates. We did get a victory with the new ARNA Government Reorganization Act. It was proposed for referendum for direct vote by the Nationals, and the Nationals voted pro and for the ARNA Government uh, Reorganization Act. And so, what that is going to require the chief executive to do is to make the edits that were proposed in the actual act, submit them to the Jural Society, and then allow for the Jural Society to make legal edits to anything in the edits that the chief executive made that would be considered unconstitutional. And it is very important for us to understand the development of when I authored the Constitution. The Constitution was authored after we decided to change the name from the International Society of Indigenous Sovereigns to the Aboriginal Republic of North America, Shiamaru Tribal Government. We made that change and distinction because at the time, the acronym ISIS, after we had began to use it, was placed on a group, a terror group. And we didn't want our indigenous body politic to be associated with that. And so we changed the name and we altered the Constitution. This is over 14 years ago. And now we have a Constitution that is functional, that's operational. And we still have a parliament, but the parliament will be represented by a man and a woman in a rites of passage Congress in each of the ministries. They will be required to be in a heterosexual relationship in the tribe, recorded in the tribe. And we made that distinction because we don't think, and the nation agreed, that single people should be directing policy, establishing policy, because they don't have the experience in what shapes government. And what shapes government is heterosexual families: man, woman, children. And so we made that distinction. We got this stuff passed, and it's actually an applaud to you as a people because you stood on principle and you understood how dysfunctional it is to have people who are not even experienced in family attempting to legislate government. And so we made that change. And so here is the act. I just want to remind you for the visual so you could see it. All right. It was proposed April 25th. And this is the entire act. This act is posted at the ARNA National Jural Society website. Any of the statutes that we pass, we have them there. And we now have a rites of passage Congress that is composed of SOS and DOS officials. And we have all of our qualifications. There were questions about if someone is married and they get a divorce or in a contracted relationship and they come out, they will be able to finish their term. Okay? So, and we have elections coming up. And so the beautiful part about that is that from now until then, we get to prepare for everything. There will be new appointments to positions to fit the lawful and legal framework of the act. And that act is now law. And you can read over it, you can understand it, and you can understand the natural law system. We have a man and woman representation in legislation in each of the areas. And we have a requirement of a certain caliber of person to be present that fits the natural law theme of our government. We are not a government that is like the democracies and republics of the world. We follow indigenous law, which means we follow natural law, and we assess based on referendums when we have major group decisions to make. And so I just wanted to come and make that announcement and let you know within the coming weeks, the Jural Society will be presented with the edited Constitution with the proper rights of passage clauses in them and rights of passage Congress edits to wherever we had the ministerial Congress. And the other questions that were asked will be addressed in those edits and the amendment. And yeah, I think it will be all clear. Other announcements. We also have coming up August 14th, 15th, and 16th, our annual Indigenous Summit. All right. So we will be here in Atlanta, Georgia, here at YG Cafe once again on August 14th and 15th. We will also be at the farm on the 16th outside, have our nice, healthy barbecue, basketball, activities for the children, bonfire, you name it. The full schedule for the event will be posted at aboriginalvillageproject.org. You can also get your tickets there. You can buy your tickets for the event, and it will be affordable. You will buy food at the event. The tickets will not include the food. All right. And the food will be done by YG Urban Cafe and Killer Kitchen. All right. And so we are looking forward to the topic, the terms of effective unity. We need to understand what that means. We don't want unity with anybody on any terms. The terms of effective unity for us are indigenous. They're about institutions and credentialing and entrepreneurship. It is about jurisdiction and moving as a tribal government. It is about gross national product. What are we putting out to the world? And it is about restitution. And so let me focus on the restitution part so you can be very clear about this. We are about to submit our letter of intent to the Bureau of Indian Affairs. We're also going to submit a proposal to the Trump administration about a congressional review of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, which our think tanks have come to the conclusion that there is massive fraud in the Bureau of Indian Affairs. And the Bureau of Indian Affairs needs to be reorganized, investigated by Congress, fraud removed, and we want an exclusive tribe for indigenous Black Americans who have suffered discrimination, color of authority law, and actions taken against them, genocide carried out by the 5 civilized tribes, various native tribes who have tried to kick out Black people. There was congressional law forcing the Creek Nation, Muskegee, to allow for entrance, but we don't want to keep going back and forth over Supreme Court cases, Congress, etc. We want our Yamasee Creek tribe recognized. In 1914, the U.S. Congress identified the Yamasee as Negroes. The Creek Nation and its initial formation from the original Spanish interactions on the coast of South Carolina to the interactions of the Spanish in Florida, to the English in Georgia, the Creek Nation was known as a Negro nation first. The culture is there, the history is there. And so we want our Yamasee Creek Nation recognized federally, access to our Bureau funds, and congressional legislation that protects our nation from any future adverse actions from the Bureau of Indian Affairs. The Bureau of Indian Affairs was formed in 1824, and it was formed on the heels of the Seminole Wars, These are not Seminoles, though. Seminole is a made-up name. These are the remnants of the Creek Nation. And it was not the only nation, but it was the largest, most powerful confederation since the Mississippi Valley culture and the mound building cultures of our ancestors were attacked by groups like the Cherokee and other groups. So we are not looking to be a part of Cherokee, Chickasaw, Delaware, Seminole, any of the 5 civilized tribes. They have a history of racism, genocide, slavery, and discrimination against indigenous Black Americans. And so we will complete that letter of intent. It will be submitted to the group. Y'all will get to see it. We will submit it at this year's summit so people can see it in published format. We will go through all the protocols to submit it to the Bureau of Indian Affairs. We will submit our documentation to the Trump administration and to the U.S. Congress on opening an investigation based on the facts that we have found about the fraud and the illegality that is occurring in the Bureau of Indian Affairs. And we want restitution for each one of you so that you can move forward with your life, protect your indigenous capacity, receive protections that the federal government guarantees all indigenous Americans, and move on. So we want everybody to come out. You can get your tickets for families, individual adults, and children. Very, very affordable. We cut the price down because the food will be bought separate. And we will have a host of activities, a host of speakers, from people speaking on tribal midwifery, people speaking on health and our FKT certifications. People who do level 4 health will be there. Indigenous doctors will be there. Jurists will be there. Economic specialists will be there. Genealogists will be there. Other communities are coming to speak and show unity with us. And we're just going to have a good old time. Y'all know how we do Friday meet and greet. We're going to have dinner, allow for presentations. We're going to talk about the letter of intent and the restitution on Friday. Then we're going to go relax. Saturday, we'll have our boxing and we'll have our SOS and DOS training. Saturday afternoon, we'll do our presentations on all of the institutions that we have that are a part of ARNA. And we'll do our spaded and faded Saturday night. Sunday morning, we are going to Stone Mountain to do our hiking and hape ceremony. We go back, get our rest, come back in the evening to the farm, play basketball, have a good time, eat, let the children play, and let the adults play drumming, music, bonfire, all of the things that you could think of. We're just going to have a good time. And we want you to participate. And so anyone who has questions about the Reorganization Act, they can hit the ARNA text line 267-257-5403 for those inquiries. And we ask that you invite your family members out to the summit. Bring them out. We're going to have a good time. It's great education. It's family. It's old school barbecue. It's old school, all the healthy food for the plant-based people. Some of the people who eat bison and eat some of the things will have those things there as well. And all information will be at www.aboriginalvillageproject.org. And always remember, any money that you spend, and we'll talk about this on Saturday, is a tax-deductible donation. And so you can write anything you ever spend with us, summit tickets, whatever you spend, you can get that written off. And we'll be talking about that at the summit as well. So thank you for your time. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and we'll be updating you on the constitutional edits and amendments and the Jural Society's progress with completing their review and other information concerning the summit and other events that are coming up this year. All right, y'all. Peace to everybody.